I don't hate this season, but is every single battle interesting event going to be off screen and just focus on conversations? Not very satisfying despite good dialogue. Okay, so usually what people say in this situation is that there's a necessity of having some stuff off screen because the money is being spent elsewhere, right? So, like, let's be honest, that Battle of the Gullet was incredible. That was a lot. That was some fucking incredible battles, great CGI dragons. Was one of the best things I've ever seen put to screen. Was Battle of the Gullet. So they're saving their money. They're saving their money and they're going to blow it all on some big battle or the storming of the dragon pits or something where you need a lot of CGI dragon money. But that's what I'm thinking, that all these off-screen battles have to be leading up to something. It has to be leading up to like a fucking shit ton of money being spent on Tumbleton or a shit ton of money being spent on Riot at King's Landing and Storming of the Dragon Pits, Right? I mean, you agree, Carmine? Like, they got to be saving it up.
Maybe, but like, why isn't HBO putting an enormous amount of money in their flagship show? This is their lead stuff, yet I don't know. Like, someone's got to crack the whip. Someone's got to crack the whip on this. Like, they got to start putting more stuff in here. They just got to. Like, I don't mind the talking episodes, but like, I know the audience at large love the action stuff, so maybe put more action stuff in there. I as someone who covers this, I know what I like, but I also understand that I am not the entire audience, and I also have to be conscious of the entire audience, and the entire audience occasionally loves the battle stuff. So
it's like, look, if you love like speed metal, great, but fundamentally that if you have a party, you're not playing speed metal, like, right? Like, that you're gonna have to put on something, something people can dance to. So yeah, I get it. Like, I get, like, there are these episodes where I kind of dig the character development stuff, but at the same time, I know that the average person must be like, why has nothing happened that's cool in the past 3 episodes? The best we got was a little bit of Butcher's Ball here.
And I think the only reason they put Butcher's Bowl in the beginning was because they were premiering this episode at Comic-Con last night. And, it had to start with a bang. But here's the thing, though. Their showrunner's name escapes me, but the guy for Andor, even he understood that every 3 episodes, that 3rd episode needs to end with some payoff.
Right.
Where's that here?
Yeah. Oh, the pacing's all weird, all screwed up because of last season being cut short and everything. But it's interesting if we had a 10 episode. Imagine if it were they'd kept last season 10 episode, they would have ended on Gullet, and then we'd be, rather than being at episode 6, we'd be at episode 4.
But even then, episode 4, we should have had something like kind of crazy happen that would have, Have you ever heard the story Mario Puzo puts out about Godfather? Mario Puzo, who wrote The Godfather, he once said in an interview that, like, he doesn't know anything about making movies or writing anything. So he picked up a book on how to write. And the first chapter of the book said, study Mario Puzo's Godfather. Or actually, was it Francis Ford Coppola who said that? One of the two. And I feel like everyone should start reading Showrunner for Andor. I don't know why his name escapes me. Tony Gilroy. I feel like everyone should kind of study Tony Gilroy's Andor, because Andor, I think, is the perfect blueprint for TV nowadays. You can have your talking episodes, sure, but that 3rd episode better knock everyone the fuck out. Otherwise, what are you doing? And I think the House of the Dragon writers, they don't understand that. They don't seem to get that. You guys are not Game of Thrones. You guys are not doing a George R. Martin, like, step-by-step chapter. This is a blueprint. And unless you have some of the best writers out here, you're not going to get what you want. So I can't blame the audience like Section
Yeah, I mean,
Simon.
it's true that like
That.
House of the Dragon first two seasons, it marketed itself on like, well, it's got better direction and it's got certainly more spectacle than Game of Thrones. Um, and that's and what it's like lacking is character motivation and plot and things like that. It's just but it's more spectacle. And if you don't have the spectacle, what is it? Like, you're trying to make it into something that's like, engaging. Um, but it just, I don't know if it can be that. You haven't had enough time with these characters. Like,
By the way, to
yeah,
the person here who said it was Coppola, it was actually Mario Puzo. Mario Puzo bought a screenwriting textbook to learn the craft properly, only to find the very first chapter instructed readers to study Mario Puzo's movie script as the ideal model, and he didn't know what he was doing. So they really should study what Tony Gilroy did with Andor.
yeah, it's funny. I was reading something about Paul Rubens and Phil Hartman and their writing of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and neither of them had ever written a screenplay before, and so they bought like a book on how to write screenplays and put it exactly according to this book. Like every few pages there needs to be something, and there needs to have this kind of pacing for the whole movie, and they did that. They went in and they like just like followed the book exactly. And Pee-wee's Big Adventure, it came out as a solid movie. It's a solid movie. Have you seen it?
No, unfortunately, I have not.
Oh, you're having a different time though. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah. Pee-wee's Big Adventure was, a very important movie. It was really good. It's really good. Solid movie. But but they were talking about like the number of jokes that need to be on the page per page, the pacing, the story structure, like and they like religiously like followed it. And so it's one of these things where you can actually like with a stopwatch be like at the third mark, mark, you'd be like, and now you're entering like act 2, that kind of thing. It's amazing.
Berkatron here says Puzo had the foresight to remove the giant vagina plot from the screenplay. That's right. The original book had that whole.
I do remember that.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. He
Sonny supposedly has like an enormous dick, and it's the only thing that like this woman with a huge vagina like can use to get off. Yeah, something ridiculous. Yeah,
that's not a joke to the audience. Look this up. That's in the original Godfather book. Yeah, that is a plot point. No, it's just I think the writers, I think Sarah Hess and Condell, like I get you guys wanted to finish out season 2 because HBO didn't give you the money for that, but also a good writer adapts to the challenges ahead and turns lemons into lemonades. And I don't think you guys did that as well. Because let's be real here, Kristen Cole, this whole Vietnam flashback he's having, this whole PTSD, his whole guerrilla warfare against the Riverlands should have been his story the entire season, but it was only these 2 episodes, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You wasted your time with Kristen Cole for like the first 3 episodes. Why? What are you going to
do? In A Song of Ice and Fire, Alice has green eyes and Caraxis has yellow eyes. House of the Dragon season 1 and 2 and all of season 3 except episode 2, Caraxis has yellow eyes and green eyes in the scene at the God's Eye. Alice is there in the scene. Is Alice connected to the dragons? You think maybe they just made a mistake? Now I've got to look this up. Like, when do we see the dragon? Is the dragon a vision? Wait, Caraxis has episodes 2, season 3. When do we see do we only see Caraxis like a bit on the cleanup of Red Fork? When do we see Caraxis? I have to go back and like watch because I don't even remember. I would like the big joke was that Caraxis was like not being used and Damon was like on the ground.
It's when
Um,
Caraxes is drinking water in front of Damon and Alice having a conversation.
oh, really? Um, drinking water from God's eye. Oh, so I guess there's people talking about this. Seeing Caraxes casually drinking water is such a beautiful little detail. It makes the dragons seem real. This season, they really understand them. Caraxes drinking from the God's eye. Foreshadowing green eyes. Huh. It's funny how many people were talking about this scene. They're like, oh, it's just, hydrating. I mean, I'm going to say that it's 99% chance that it's just them not being consistent. But like looking for some sort of. The viewers noted that Carax's color seemingly evolved and changed across seasons: yellow in season 1, red in season 2, green in season 3. Some fans interpret the changing of the eye tint as a subtle atmospheric or thematic reflection of Harrenhal's eerie magic. No, no, it's just inconsistency. I don't think it's anything. Like the eye color shit, I don't know. It's just too like you gotta think that like the showrunners are who can't even keep Damon's prophecy straight is like sitting there being like, but it'd be great. The subtle eye color shift. No, I mean it's interesting and all that they made this mistake or that the eyes change, but I can't possibly think that the writers were thinking about this because the big criticism I have of the show is that they don't seem to understand what happened in the previous episode and they're just writing every episode on its own, independent of the last one. So